Let's cancel some woke teachers.
Yes.
What is good? Welcome back to the Flawdcast. I am your boy Flawdzilla, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Mozilla.
What up, y'all?
This is the last normal place on the internet. We are glad that you could be here with us today. All right, okay. And by the end of this, you will be too. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we drop.
Flawd booty?
This video. Oh yeah, hold on. Please make sure you like the video and comment on the video because it'll help us out with the algorithm. Ever since we took that break, we took a month break when we moved and stuff, and it slowed down our traction on our channel because we weren't being consistent anymore with our drops. So YouTube, when you do that, when you're not consistent on YouTube will not put your video in front of as many subscribers as it should because people subscribe. You know, you would think that they would show the video to the people who choose to ask to see the video, but it's not how it works. The AI chooses whether or not it wants to show your subscribers your video. So please hit that like button and comment because we're going to start doing comment reactions where we react to the best comments on the video. So if you make a funny comment, thought-provoking comment, a question about things about the video, or just a question about anything that you would like to hear us react to, like a question that you would like us to answer, or just like anything, something thought-provoking, just a good comment. It will be in that video and we will react to it. If it is a intriguing comment, we'll react to it. We'll respond to it. So yeah, we're gonna be doing these videos like once a week at least. So leave your comments. But
leave them.
So this video is another Michael Knowles video. We just reacted to Michael Knowles' woke ads. Yes, the woke ads a few days ago. Yep. And I really liked that video. So I looked on his channel for more content, and he dropped this video. Michael Knowles cancels woke teachers, where he chooses from a group of teachers if they should be fired or not. Word. You know, and obviously these days a lot of teachers should be fired because they're just saying craziness. They're trying to indoctrinate children. They shouldn't be hired. They're trying to indoctrinate the children with a lot of sexual talk for no reason, and they think that people are wrong when people don't want their kids to be subjected to that. The world's wild. Their own children. Yeah, you know. They made and you're a bigot. You're a bigot because you don't want your children exposed to sexual talk that early in their life. You know. That's their lives. Smart. But anyway, this video is Michael Knowles' video. Shout out to Michael Knowles. Let's get us into this. Begin it. Let's go.
Over the past several months, parents have woken up to a problem that has been going on for a very, very long time, and it's been increasing in its severity. Namely, teachers are indoctrinating America's children in the craziest, wokest, most destructive nonsense that one could possibly imagine. And the problem seems to be getting worse and worse every day. So we are going to go over the 4 wokest teachers that I have come across on TikTok. Because it's not just enough that the teachers are spouting off this nonsense in the classroom, they're also broadcasting it on TikTok. So we're going to look through the 4 wokest teachers I've seen on TikTok, and we are going to decide which one of these teachers should be fired. Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Ring.
To my students.
Oh God.
So I just came out to my students.
What?
I've been wanting to do this.
She chose this music too. You hear this music in the background? Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah.
All this soft ass music. She chose this. It's heartwarming music.
She's feeling this right now. She said, that loud breath. Fucking psycho.
So I just came out to my students.
Who does that?
I've been wanting to do this for the past 2 years.
Wow.
What'd she do?
I'm like so emotional.
So okay.
And I just haven't had the courage to do
it.
She
came out?
Out of fear of judgment, mostly from their parents. But
hold on. So why did you do it? So you considered their parents' feelings and chose not to do it, which was the right thing. And then finally you just couldn't hold it in anymore.
For yourself.
So 2 years later, you said, I'm gonna talk to my kids about sexuality. Even talk to these kids about sexuality, not my kids, because they're not your kids. No, I'm gonna talk to these other people's children I'm going to bring sexuality into their brains.
And I only have
because I think it's time.
365 days, or not even.
Yeah,
180 days out of their life.
And I think it's time for them to learn these big boy topics, these big girl and big boy topics, because I say so.
And my feelings matter.
You're
more.
A piece of shit. You are a selfish piece of shit.
Matter more. And
I came out to my teacher. I came out to my students. It's not saying we're going to discuss this part of the world. We're going to discuss sexuality. We're going to discuss my sexuality because it's all about me. And I want you guys to think about me and worship me and think I'm special and different because I'm different and special.
That's not a good teacher.
Crazy.
My 5th grade
Selfish
teacher was a
fuck.
lesbian, and she never talked about it, never said anything about it. We just knew because of her appearance and the way she acted.
My 4th grade teacher was a lesbian.
Yep, never ever, and she was a dope teacher.
She never said it though. I'm assuming right now that she was a lesbian because I'm pretty sure she was, but she actually never said it, so I don't know.
And I know mad teachers that were gay and never came.
Yeah,
like, yo, this is
there was a lot in our schools.
This world is absolutely effed.
The thing you have the right to like have that talk with other people's
For
children
real.
is crazy to me.
What if they're from a very religious home?
Exactly. Like, there's nothing wrong. My bad, I'm choking on my sunflower seeds.
Disrespect.
Like, if a family has a belief, like a religious belief, you're not allowed to just say, hey, your family's religious beliefs are wrong, and what I'm telling you is right. So, F your parents and listen to me.
Yep.
That's basically what you're saying when you try to like, well, you have to be okay with everyone's sexuality and you have to be like, no, you don't have to be okay with it. You let people do whatever the fuck they want.
Behind closed
but you don't
doors.
have to be okay with anything.
No, you do not.
You're entitled to your beliefs.
Yes, you are, just like they're theirs.
Exactly. If people don't want their kids like thinking about sexuality, then you don't get to bring that conversation up with them.
Legit, that's why it's the law. It should be the law. It's there for a reason. Like, it's just not normal and it's not okay.
It's not okay. You're a weirdo. You're honestly a weirdo for having a conversation with other people's kids.
Why do you want to know your kids to know what you do to that is sexual or like?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely what you're doing. You're telling the kid about your sexual affairs by doing that. You're telling them that I have sex with the same sex. That's what you're doing when you say that.
I like vagina. That's what
you don't need to be having that conversation.
What?
You don't need to be having that conversation. Hell no.
Yo, no.
I had these kids in 4th grade and now I have them in 6th and I'm sending them to middle school and I love these kids so much and I trust them and they make me feel safe. And
they make me feel safe.
That's
this is
an
a
issue.
teacher, bro.
Yep, you have an issue. That's an issue.
She's using these kids.
I want my kid out.
Yo, this is crazy. This bitch is weird, bro. She is weird. I feel safe with these kids and I love them and I've had them for 2 years.
I don't feel safe with you around my kids.
Bro, they're not your kids. They're not your family. You're supposed to be teaching them.
She probably texts her kids.
Yo, this is weird as fuck, bro. And she's saying this on TikTok.
Exactly.
She's putting this on the internet.
Not have a relationship with a kid like that.
She's putting this shit on the internet. She thinks this is okay.
How you have to I don't feel
groomer
safe
behavior
around a lot of people. I don't feel safe around a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like I feel safe around this very small group of select people. So the fact that you can just say you're comfortably feeling safe around
a bunch of kids,
these kids make you feel safe.
That's groomer shit.
What are you doing with? Why do these kids make you feel so safe? You know what I'm saying?
That's groomer shit. That's groomer shit. You're befriending children.
You're supposed to be making these kids feel safe in their school and in their education, and this is just complete insanity to me.
I think it's a teacher's job to make the parents feel safe as well.
Absolutely.
What the fuck is going on with these schools, man? This shit is out of control,
I'd be doing Poppins, yo.
Mary Poppins? Yo, these schools are out of control, bro.
Absolutely.
They really are.
I know they love me and it just felt right and I did it.
It felt right?
It was so beautiful.
What? It was so beautiful? Yo, you sound like a disgusting pervert. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
You sound like a fucking pervert.
Groomer. Groom.
This is actually groomer shit.
They had so many questions.
And she's crying.
Which I loved. They wanted to learn and they wanted to learn about me and
because it's all about me.
They were so eager and a few of them clapped, which was
Yeah, she's an egomaniac.
They gave me a standing ovation.
No, she's a narcissist.
They're eager beavers.
She's a fucking narcissist. They clap for me because I'm so special and different.
Yo, fuck you, lady.
They think I'm special, and that just makes me feel good. Like, these are children that you are manipulating. You use them as your little fucking...
Yeah, get out of here.
Your little ego strokers.
What, are you going to do the same thing next year when you got new students?
She's going to tell them every year. I'm a lesbian.
I came out again.
No, please. No. Thank you.
Don't clap for me.
Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you so much.
She's going to have a whole speech by 5 years. She'll memorize it. She'll add it to it.
It's going to be a part of her curriculum.
Yep.
I'm Mrs. This, and I like licking vag, and blah, 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 in the first day of school every time. And don't fuck with me, and I won't fuck with you.
Yep.
And
yo, get the fuck out.
Yeah, some weird shit, bro.
Get out.
Weird as
Fired.
fuck, bro.
So precious.
Okay, so the problem here is not even that this woman is a lesbian. I assume she's a lesbian. I guess these days you can come out as like a man, or as your sexual desire, or as an animal, or so. You can come out as a lot of things. But I'm assuming that she's using this in the normal way that people use this term, and that she's a lesbian. The issue is not
she's a
so
fucking
much
psychopath,
that she likes
egomaniac,
as that she is, one, discussing her sex life at all with her students.
Legit.
And even beyond the sex stuff, that she's making the lesson all about her.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Like we said.
Yes.
I had a number of gay teachers as a student. I suspect everybody did. Some of my favorite teachers were gay, as a matter of fact. They didn't make being gay a major aspect of their identity.
Fuck their identity. They didn't even make it a part of the curriculum. Like, they didn't do anything. They didn't talk about it at all. They just lived their life and wore pantsuits.
And cut their hair short.
That's it.
And chewed gum and always sat with their legs open.
Just like Fonzie. Like,
and held a tennis ball like this.
Stupid,
so funny.
You're dumb, but for real though.
Legit.
In fact, most of them, I don't know that any of them actually broadcast that fact at all. I don't. They just
Not one of my teachers
didn't talk about their sex lives with their students because they were
normal
people.
One of my teachers said it.
Okay, they were normal, responsible people.
Even straight teachers didn't.
No.
Even my straight teachers didn't talk about their sexuality at all.
No.
Like, goddamn, it's weird, man.
Who made the lesson about the subject that they were teaching and put the focus on the students and their education, not on their own sexual desires and life.
Exactly. I didn't know much about my teachers.
No.
Now I think about it.
They made it about the fucking school.
I really didn't know much about my teachers. Maybe like...
No,
I didn't know anything.
And like if you saw him outside of school, it was
weird.
always like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you're not a normal human. That's how
It felt
teachers
weird.
was. But not today.
I don't know shit about my teachers,
Today,
bro.
it's
I know
like-
their names and that they taught me.
real.
That's it.
Today you know what color underwear your teachers is wearing and shit.
Literally, you and this ribbon I have on, you know it means this, and you know what my, weird shit.
Like,
weird
I
shit.
like vagina.
Weird shit.
Like, that's literally what they're saying to your kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what's happening. When you say this, you're literally bringing up sex.
Yep.
Because your sexuality is who you are sexually attracted to.
Yep.
So you're bringing up sex to children.
Yeah, vagina turns me on, children.
That's what you're saying.
Yep. Go tell your parents. Go tell your parents that I like pussy.
Crazy. Oh no, don't tell your parents.
Yeah,
don't tell your parents
don't
at all.
tell your parents. Or no, tell your parents.
I'm doing this behind your parents' back.
Yeah, but now we want to tell parents.
Oh yeah,
that
we
want
to piss your parents off.
Because
Yeah,
we can.
We want to let the parents know we have more power over you than they do.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Lusts and preferences. So that's a big problem. And also then it leads into this problem of she is not only revealing some aspect of her sexual desire to her students, but she is indoctrinating them into a certain sexual morality, regardless of what that sexual morality is. Is that the role of a teacher?
No.
Absolutely
Or is that the
not.
role of parents within their own religious, philosophical, ethical framework?
Yes.
Basically, that's the teachers who say this, and like a lot of the teachers say it in spite of parents. Like, they go on TikTok and say, your parents are pieces of shit, and what I say is the good thing, right? A lot of them do that. So what you're saying is, like, my religion is more important than your religion.
Absolutely.
Because the shit you're preaching about is a religion. That's another thing Gothic said.
Yep.
Like, all of these people are using these social justice situations as their religion. Like, they're worshiping these things just like they worship religion. Like, you're not a Christian, you are transgender activist. You know what I'm saying? You're all about, you're talking about race, you're talking about gender, you're talking about sexuality, like, these are things that you are worshiping as if they are your religion.
And that's
so you're saying Your religion is more important than their parents. That's crazy.
And also, if you're using it as a religion, like religion was never in schools. It's never like God pledge allegiance. Or if it was a Catholic school.
No, well, that's the thing. They're not using it as a not saying it.
It was never in school like that. So
but they're not saying it's a religion. I was just saying.
But they're treating it like one.
Yes, they're not saying it's their religion. They don't consider it a religion. They think that they're actually being social justice warriors. But the way that the type of attention and like fighting that they're doing for these things, it's as if it just takes the place of religion. That's it. If they were religious, that energy would be going towards their religion. But instead it's going towards something else that they believe in. Because look at it, like
which should never be in schools.
A lot of the people, the activists and shit, they aren't that. They don't have the sexuality. They think it's good to fight that fight even though they're not a part of that group. Which means these motherfuckers are worshiping someone else's religion. You know what I'm saying? It's a religion. It's just something that they are focused on and preachy about and following and think that everybody should follow. They treat sexuality like a fucking religion. So basically what they're saying is my religion is better than yours and your parents. That's all they're saying. They're acting like it's a moral thing, but it's really all about just their beliefs. Yeah, it's their beliefs, and they think that everyone should believe what they believe. That's it.
My dad.
That's pretty bad.
Because if it was about being a good person, would these people talk the way they talk? A lot of these people, a lot of people talk terribly,
and it wouldn't be it wouldn't be prevalent. The most important thing.
They spread a lot of negativity towards people who oppose what they believe. They give so much. They send so much negativity and hatred towards people that don't agree with them. That I don't believe that it has anything to do with you being a good person.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're acting like you're if people don't believe what you believe, then they're bad people. But listen to how you're so quick to call these people bad people and not hear their side of the story, not hear their side of the beliefs. You just want to shit on them because they don't agree with you. That is a bad person. That's what bad people do. You don't even want to hear the other side out.
Won't even have the conversation.
Yeah. You won't even, and you automatically hate people who don't agree with you. They used to say that that's what the right did. They used to say the right hated whoever doesn't agree with them, but it's really the left. These niggas, if you just don't agree with them, they hate you. They will hate you if you are the same thing as them. Yes. If you're the same, if you have the same beliefs as them, and they say some radical shit and you say, well, I don't believe in that, then they're like, fuck you. You're just as bad.
Fuck you for life.
Yes. They treat you like evilness because you don't agree with them. They treat you like you're a terrible person. It's fucking not a good people. That's not what a good person does. It's just not.
If she should be fired, it is not just because she's a lesbian or whatever, she would make it out about her identity. But it's about what she believes her role is in her students' lives. And I think she's really overstepping.
100%.
Absolutely.
All right, next one.
I love my new school. My hair hasn't been a problem. And I taught a lesson last week where we read the first letter from the book Dear Martin. You know, the one where he realizes that he was arrested for no reason because he was black, even though he thought he was exempt because he wasn't one of those kinds of people who that happens to. But it turns out that doesn't matter because of the prejudice in...
Listen to the way she's saying this. She enjoys this. She's getting joy out of this. Like, this is... Okay, so if you really feel like that, if you feel so strongly about this situation, why are you smiling so much while you're saying this?
And you're acting.
Yeah, you're just being a fucking social justice warrior. That's it.
Yeah.
You want to feel good. So you're sitting there matter of factly this and da with that smile. You just love saying this. You love being on that side of the argument because it makes you feel so good about yourself.
Listen to this.
You think you're such an amazing person because you can regurgitate a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Fuckery.
That's it. You think you're so good. You're so smart. You're so much better than everyone because you hold the beliefs that you do.
Your hair,
you're trash.
Not a problem.
Trash person, bro. This is a trash person.
She is.
She's smiling while she's saying this. Like, you don't mean what you say. You don't mean a fucking word you say.
Reason because he was black, even though he thought he was exempt because he wasn't one of those kinds of people who that happens to. But it turns out that doesn't matter because of the prejudice in the criminal justice system. And we discussed that. This lesson was developed by the English department and approved by the overseer of the English department.
She's disgusting.
Imagine that. Getting to talk about and discuss things relative to the students' lives, regardless of how some people might feel about it. Because the people who would...
Bitch. What about how you feel about it? You say it's relative to the students' lives. How the fuck do you know that? You don't know what these kids fucking go through, bitch. You're assuming that because all black people are fucking...
And it's not relevant to your life either.
It's not, so you don't even know what you're talking about. Exactly. You have no idea what you're talking about. You are just saying what you think is the right thing to say.
Oh, black people are
Which is even more disgusting. You don't even know black people clearly. You don't know any black people. You hear shit be repeated. That's all. Because that's all y'all do. Y'all just repeat some shit that someone else said who just said some shit on TikTok. Like, you're not smart, bitch, and you are not a social justice activist. You're nothing. You are a liar.
You should not be a teacher.
You are I forgot she's a teacher. I forgot about that.
Sad.
God damn.
Would be offended are the bad guys. How some people might feel about it. Because the people who would be offended are the bad guys.
It's so funny because it's them who are always getting offended.
What?
It's those people, these type of people are the ones who are always offended by everything.
And turn into like psycho Karens. Yes.
But so who's really the bad guy?
This is exhausting.
It is.
Like, just this so is refreshing.
So exhausting.
It is.
For there to be some open-mindedness, to be able to teach something meaningful again.
Open-minded. Doesn't she seem so open-minded? Anyone who disagrees with my completely fictional narrative about justice in America is a bad guy. They're bad. If they're conservative students, or the parents are bad, or their society is bad, or all of the above. I had not heard of this book. The premise of this book is fictional, that black people are accosted and persecuted by the police on the basis of their race. It's just
not a thing anymore.
No.
And if it is, it's just a bad police officer. Like, I'm not about to sit here and act like black people are just like so destroyed by police. Yeah, no, it's not a thing. And maybe it's a thing in some neighborhoods, and maybe it's a thing with certain cops.
Exactly, and that's the thing.
It's not all cops.
Yes, and you can't just do that for one.
And if it was
people,
and if it was exactly, go ahead, say what you're saying.
If you say, okay, one cop, there's a few bad cops, they're all bad. That's just like saying
all black people
all
are
black
this.
People are this. All white people are this. You can't do that. Yep. Like, and then also, you turn around and claim this. It's like.
But also, you can't say that the criminal justice system only fucks with black people, because how come women get less time than men? Like, it's just biases all over the place, bro.
Because I'm sure a black woman would get less time than a white man.
Yes. So focusing on, well, I'm sure it depends on the situation, but focusing on the race part of everything is a waste of time.
It is.
It's a waste of fucking time, because what needs to be happening is, imagine if these police didn't have, like, if they didn't hit a lot of these times that they do their corrupt shit. Like, imagine if so many crimes weren't being committed. Imagine if, like, we worked on the household. You're trying to blame everybody else for the issues of, like,
100%
of a culture, like a hood culture. Niggas sit there and glorify drug dealing, gang banging, all this credit card shit, shooting, all this shit. That's the shit that gets glorified in these neighborhoods and people brag about and shit like that. Why aren't we working on that part of it? Because if you think it's the criminal justice system that's creating that, it's crazy, because these people don't go to jail first. They do this and then they go to jail.
Yep, and they're getting younger and younger and younger.
Yes.
Like, it is.
There's clearly a different issue here, and you want to focus on how racist the criminal justice system is. Maybe if they weren't, like, able to win these cases so much, and they didn't, if it didn't work so well, they wouldn't be pursuing it. They wouldn't be putting money into something that wasn't working.
Absolutely.
But since they're hitting in these neighborhoods, bro, the fix needs to happen at home. The fix needs to happen in the culture with the people. It needs to start at the ground level. That's it. That's it, man. Like I said, black on black crime, black people are more likely to get hurt by black people, to get killed by another black person, than they are a police officer. Like, you're blaming all the police officers. Oh, police. But black people be doing the most damage to each other.
Absolutely.
Isn't true. It just
but we won't talk about that, though, because that's racist. If you talk about that, you're racist. We won't take accountability for our actions. You know, it got to be someone else.
Even though there's statistics and facts.
Yeah. Why don't we teach that in school? Why aren't we talking about that in school? That's weird. Because that would probably raise a few years.
Happen. It's fiction. If anything, actually, the systemic racism that exists in our system only cuts in one way. The only legal, systemic racism in our system is to disadvantage white and Asian people, specifically students, specifically with regard to college and school applications through affirmative action, and to give advantage on the basis of race to black and Hispanic students. So
that's the only law. That's the only race, like how they try to say this world is I mean, this country is made in a way to hurt black people
and benefit,
when it's the opposite. Affirmative action literally made it legal to help black people, to give black people a leg up over white people and Asian people. So actually, he's right. I never even thought of it like that.
What she's teaching is wrong, so I guess she could be fired for that reason.
You're fired.
The reason that I have a little bit of sympathy for this woman is that she had the lesson plan approved by the administrators. So really, it doesn't seem fair that she gets fired, but the administrators don't get fired. I don't think that's an argument for not firing her. I think that's an argument for firing the head of the English department and the administrators. You know, when you want to keep yourself safe, not just outside whoever. Which teacher is next up to be fired?
Do you want to know why he brought? Do you want to know why he brought the Trump flag in?
Why?
So I'm going to say this politically correct, to make a lot of the African American kids mad. So that was his motive. Do you support him now?
That's wild. That's wild. That choosing a specific president means that you are racist now.
So she's calling a kid racist.
Yes, right, because the kid supported Trump.
Okay.
He's racist.
Okay.
He's trying to make black people mad. How about you can't make a black person mad? A black person makes themselves mad. A white person makes themselves mad. Anybody who gets mad makes themselves mad. You can't blame an outside fucking force for what you feel on the inside. It's you that is reacting.
It's crazy.
It's not them. You're the one reacting. Imagine if you didn't get mad. How can he make you mad?
This shit, yo.
If you don't get mad, then he didn't make you mad. There's nothing that he's in control of. He just supports Trump, just like me.
And he brought a flag to school. So what?
So stupid. This fucking world's crazy, bro. So stupid.
The African American kids mad.
And what are you even saying about black kids when you say that? Black kids are animals, and they get mad whenever they see a Trump flag, like a bull. Like a bull. You hold the Trump flag like this, and black people go head first in it. That's what she's saying.
Disgusting.
That's what the fuck she's saying. Black kids are bulls for Trump flags. Bullshit.
So that was his motive. Do you support him now?
You're disgusting, lady.
Yes. And then everyone here supporting him. Free Colton.
Yep, look, black people standing up for him.
Look at fake news.
Black people standing up for him. This bitch needs to be fired.
Yep.
She's
the worst so far.
I already,
get
what's
the
it called?
Fuck out.
I put her up there for getting fired.
Yep.
Fake news.
I submit her.
And then everyone here supporting him. Free Colton.
His best friend is what? His best friend is what?
Fake news.
Wow.
What? Are you calling Trump racist?
Trump brings out racism.
I don't care.
And traffic.
Supporter, get out of here.
How does that even make sense?
Go ahead, kids.
How does that even make sense? Trump brings out the racism and trashy people? What are you talking about? Those people are already racist. Trump has nothing to do with it.
And the fact that you're arguing with the children. Listen to what the kids are saying. The kids don't even know what the fuck to say back to you. They're just yelling shit.
No, that could have said, you're a Biden supporter.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah.
But still, like, they really don't know deep down.
No, they don't.
They just
don't.
know.
But,
you know, but like, you're wasting your time.
She's feeding into this,
Exactly.
as a teacher.
Exactly. You are disgusting.
You're right. You're arguing back and forth a political argument with a kid.
Disgusting.
With a child.
Get the fuck
What does that say about? What does that say about her? Right? That means that she's on a child's level.
Yep.
She's sitting there having an argument with a child and not seeing the error in her ways. Like what? Yeah, I didn't even think about that point. That's a great point. This bitch is and thought fake news was clever.
Yeah, fake news. Good one.
Yo,
good one.
And you don't even know that this kid has a black best friend. So
that's what you're saying. Fake news.
Yes,
though.
that's what I'm saying. So you saying fake news, bitch? You're wrong. Yeah. If his best friend is black, his best friend's black. The kids know. You don't. You're a teacher. You have no idea. So you calling him racist, you're just wrong all the way across the board. And you're arguing a kid, calling a kid racist.
Yeah, no.
You are a terrible person.
I would have to make her. I would be at the school.
She's a terrible person.
Get fired.
She needs to be fired. She's the worst one we've seen so far.
Yep.
This is a horrible person calling a kid racist for supporting a president who's a sitting president. You supported a sitting president, and that makes him racist. Are you crazy?
To the recording, kid.
And then she said Trump brings out the racism and trash people. That doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make it. How do you bring out racism in someone? Either you're racist or you're not.
Exactly.
The fuck are you talking about? Trump makes these people racist. Trump isn't racist. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If people use Trump to push their racist beliefs, that's not Trump's fault. Because Trump
He's one
believes
man.
in freedom of America. That's it, bro.
He's one
so
man.
you using his beliefs and twisting them and all this type of shit, twisting and bending them to make them line up with racists. That's you, because I'm sure you can find a bunch of people, a bunch of black people who say shit that you've heard a racist say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what about all the rappers that say I'll kill niggas and niggas doing all this shit to niggas when they're talking about people who look just like them? That sounds like some racist. That sounds like something a racist would say. A racist would say, I'll kill a nigga, right?
Yeah.
If a rapper says it, he's literally having the same beliefs as a racist. So you can find plenty of people that line up with the same shit. It doesn't make anything. That doesn't make your point.
They're just pick and choose.
Literally.
Okay, so this teacher here is saying that if you support the duly elected president of the United States, that you're a trash person and you're racist and you're terrible and you're going to be punished. That is worse than the other things we've seen are pretty bad. That is worse. That is actually more radical than, spouting off about your sexual desires in class or spreading a bunch of lies about the criminal justice system and calling conservatives the bad guys. This is actually even more extreme than that. Right now, I think this lady is the front runner.
You also
agree.
are fired.
My classroom is one of the gayest places probably.
Wow. Okay. Hold on before the super starts. Our president of the United States, you vote. He supports a person who was made president, and that makes him racist. That's the craziest shit in the world. I just can't get over that. That's crazy.
Elected your president. At the
Crazy.
time.
You can't even support an elected president without being called a racist. How the fuck do you live in, the amount of mental gymnastics you have to do to come to that point
and accept it.
It just shows how crazy the left is, bro.
100%.
It shows how ridiculous the left is.
100%.
Holy shit.
This lady is the front runner.
You also are fired.
My classroom is one of the gayest places probably on the planet.
Ridiculous.
Everything is completely covered in rainbows. I've got flags everywhere. I've got queer literature because I want every student that I have to know that being queer is something that I am proud of, something that...
Bitch, it's not about you.
This is about, you are a teacher. You're supposed to serve the students in the community.
Your classroom is not supposed to represent your insides.
In the school district. You are a disgusting human being.
You should be putting the kids first. Has nothing to do with you.
These people are just being teachers to
feed their own egos and push their own agendas.
Poor children.
They're literally trying to indoctrinate children.
This is sad.
It really is. This is the country we fucking live in.
That is not...
This is what America has turned to. Not this is the country we fucking live in. This is what America has turned to.
Yep.
That's the sad part about it.
And that's the thing. Sexuality all across the board. It doesn't matter who or what you're in. Like, none of it in the schools.
None of it's appropriate.
None of it.
It's not appropriate. It's not.
A secret in my life. It's something that I care about and something that connects me to other people. I'll end by saying that for me, being visibly queer is a non-negotiable. I introduced myself this year with my pronouns immediately. It was one of the first things that students learned about me.
You're a fucking sociopath. You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist.
Yeah, you have an issue. You have mental issues.
Yes, you legitimately have issues.
You want kids.
You can't put the children first.
Kids don't give a fuck.
It's non-negotiable. I put me first.
Yeah,
it's non-negotiable. I put my sexual identity before everything else in my life.
I come first.
That's what she's saying. I put my sexual identity,
You're a deviant.
My sexual identity before anything else in my life.
That's deviancy.
My sexual identity matters more than anything else. I say my sexual identity and pronouns before I say my name.
That's deviancy to me.
Disgusting,
that gives me vibes of no.
I say my sexual orientation and my pronouns before I even say my fucking name.
That means sex is all that. That's all that matters to you is what you choose.
That's what I lead with.
Have sex.
I lead with sexuality.
Yep.
Lesbian?
Yep.
Right away. Yep. Crazy.
And I'm going to continue to gently correct 250 people every single day because my identity is a critical part of who I am. So if education is something that you want to pursue.
Kids.
I'd be in that school if my kid came home and she was correcting my kid.
I'm gently correct 250 people. Didn't even like identify that they're children.
Yep.
The person
that you chose to teach and
She putting herself first before anything. Like you have to be. You have to have the lowest self-esteem.
Common denominator with all these.
You have to have the lowest self-esteem. You have to be like a terrible, trashy person to be like this.
Hate yourself.
Mm-hmm. or be really insecure.
Yeah.
Sue, I recommend being steadfast and being committed to being out as an educator if it's something that you feel safe doing.
You need to be committed.
It has a huge impact for students, and it's something that I've never regretted.
Okay, so this woman is obviously very confused. I assume woman, I don't know. She says that she is non-binary, which is not a thing. It's not real.
It's a total fabrication.
It's imaginary. It is a delusion, and someone who is that deluded about nature and about the human person obviously should not be in a position to teach people things, because as this teacher says, she will correct those ignorant students who believe that there are men and there are women, that they're different and that there are not other sexes.
No.
I do think these people come by them honestly. Either they've got some problems where they just can't, they are not aware of their true sex, or they have been just deluded by lots and lots of ideology to not even be able to understand the difference between a man and a woman now. But I do think they come by that honestly. And so obviously they should not be in the classroom, but I still don't think that's quite as egregious a transgression as screaming at a student and saying that if you support the president, you're a trash person and you ought to be punished.
I gotta fire number 3.
I think the number one teacher who ought to be fired and really sort of punished for what she's doing should be that teacher in the third video, the one who's yelling at this, calling students racist and trash for supporting Trump.
Fully agree. Fully agree.
But certainly this non-binary lady should not be teaching students. She's not because she's some evil person or something, just because she doesn't understand very basic facts about the world, and so she shouldn't be educating people.
100%.
She should become educated herself.
Yes.
And I don't even mean that to insult her, but if you want to get along in the world, you need to understand
and know things.
Reality. And if you want to flourish, it helps to exercise your faculties of reason and bring your delusions into accord with reality.
Absolutely right.
So I would probably fire multiple teachers here, but certainly number one would be that lady. And by the way, we should point out here, when I say we should fire the teachers, I'm not saying we should just, sort of reprimand them or put a slap on the wrist, or, we should have a free marketplace of ideas where we don't cancel anybody because we don't want to have cancel culture. I'm not saying that. That is some squish libertarian nonsense. A 5th grade classroom is not a free marketplace of ideas. Academic freedom is a hoax. That is how William F. Buckley Jr. described it when he launched the conservative movement with a book called God and Man at Yale, subtitled The Superstitions of Academic Freedom. It's just an instrument. It's a tool that the left uses to try to upend traditional standards. This is the thesis of my book, Speechless, Controlling Words, Controlling Minds, which I'm pleased to say is a #1 national bestseller, even though it's been suppressed by a lot of left-wing outlets. So don't buy into that crap, this idea that these lunatics have the right to destroy your children's education.
No,
they don't.
Not.
You have the right to take back your children's education. You have the right to raise your children and not let them be raised by these very confused, often radical, and in some cases extremely vindictive people. Fire the bad teachers. Cancel them. It is all societies, all cultures cancel, okay? The question is, what do we cancel? Do we cancel people who are saying good and true things, or do we cancel people who are saying false and kooky and destructive things?
I don't. When it comes to teachers, I believe canceling.
That's what he was mean. That's what he meant. It depends on what you're canceling. You can't just go canceling willy-nilly. But when it comes to kids in the future,
entertainers, I don't agree. But teachers, absolutely.
Teachers, that's taxpayers. That's our shit. No,
absolutely. Yeah.
I think it ought to be the latter. Cancel the bad teachers. We'll see you next time.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And I agree that teacher number 3. It was.
Good, Michael.
I agree that teacher number 3 is the one that gotta go.
Yep.
So that was a good video.
I'm scared for the future, my friends.
Bro, I'm so happy I'm not in school, but it's sad that this is a thing at all. Because I have kids and this is they're going so hard for your child's soul and mind.
Hide your kids.
They're going so hard to control your child's soul and mind. They want your child to be a puppet for their agenda when they are an adult. They want your kid to be so far gone by the time they are an adult that whatever you taught them does not have an effect on what they're learning from the outside.
Their brain's mush.
Yes. They know that you as a parent, you're going to want the best for your kids, so you're not going to shove shit down your kid's throat
of course.
Like crazily. You're going to actually give your chance an opportunity to be themselves.
Hopefully.
But they're not. They're taking advantage of your kid's malleable brain and naivety. They're taking advantage of it. They're manipulating your child as much as they can. like teaching your kid craziness, because that is the best way to get us. Like, they get us early. But they're not obviously not going to try to change an adult's mind. They're just going to force you when you're an adult. They're like, yeah, whatever, mandates, try to pass laws and be super aggressive with it. With kids, they manipulate so early. It starts so early that it's all your kid knows.
Fuck. It sucks, man. This world is crazy.
It is, man. But yeah,
that was fun.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you notified whenever we drop. We have a second channel, Flawdcast Clips. It's in the description. We also have a P.O. box if you want to send us anything. Also, shout out to all the YouTube members and all the Patreon members.
Yes, appreciate.
Please, again, make sure you hit that like button, help us out with the algorithm, and comment to help us out with the algorithm, but also because we're going to be doing, like I said, we're going to be doing comment reaction videos where we react and respond to comments, questions, thought-provoking things, whatever you guys put in those comments. If it's intriguing and we can react to it or respond to it, it will be in a video.
Leave your comments at the door.
Okay, no, leave your comments in the comments. At the door.
Oh yeah.
That means don't bring your comments in. That's not what we're saying.
Leave your comments at the comment section.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she's right though. But yeah, remember to always stay flawed. Don't you dare try to play flawed. And if you see me in the streets, then you better say,
hey, Flawd.
Make it easier for me to go to sleep at night. I had a dream that I could do my thing, and everywhere I went, the people knew my name. Some people hated on the truth I bring, but now I use the hating just to fuel my plane. I had a dream that I could do my thing, and everywhere I went, the people knew my name. Some people hated on the truth I bring, but now I use the hating just to fuel my plane.